Hey everyone, it's me Erica, and today I have a discussion video for you. And how discussion videos are different from reviews is that reviews are spoiler free, while discussions I talk about the whole book, including spoilers. So if you have not read the book yet, I advise you do not watch the discussion videos. So today we'll be discussing The City of Ashes by Cassandra Clair. This is the second book in the Mortal Instrument series. So I really enjoyed The City of Ashes. I thought it was not necessarily worse or better than The City of Bones. I thought they were pretty level. I enjoyed both of them very much. I gave both of them 5 out of 5 stars. But let's dive into the story. The book kicks off with action right from the beginning in the prologue, where this demon is being raised, and we find out at the end that this is Valentine's doing, and that the demon is Armand, the demon of fear. And the demon's all like, I am your servant, my lord, what shall I call you? And then it's all like, call me Valentine. And you're like, crap. His goal throughout the whole book is to like take the immortal sword. Apparently he wants to turn the sword into demonic power, demons and all that stuff, to become more powerful. So he needs the blood of a warlock, a fairy, and he needs a werewolf, and he needs a vampire. Isabel's and Alex's mother comes back home from Idris, and they think Jace knew from the very beginning that he was Valentine's son. Isabel and Alex's mother kicks him out, and he decides to carry his little rage over to the Hunter's Moon, which is a bar for werewolves, and he decides to start some trouble. And I'm just like, typical Jace. And that's where we meet Maya. And she's a werewolf, and I like her. She's sweet, she's nice. We meet the Inquisitor. Need I say more about her? I hate her. I understand she kind of came through near the end, but whatever. You know what? Seriously, she thinks she's doing her job, and it's like, no, you're just not. She's just making everything worse. She just made everything worse in this book. Of course, Jace being Jace, like, backtalks Inquisitor and sends him to the Silent City to be locked up for a night. Here comes Valentine into the Silent City to take the mortal sword, and in doing so, he kills all the Silent Brothers. The brother Jeremiah dies right in front of Jace in his cell. I mean, just the image that Cassandra Clare paints for you during that scene was terrifying. Valentine shows up at Jace's cell, and he's all like, oh hey, yeah, I just took the mortal sword. I'm gonna raise my demon army. And of course, the Inquisitor is all like, oh well, you did all this, Jace. Jace is sent to be with Magnus, which Magnus really grew on me. Really becomes an important character in this book, which I really enjoyed because I like him. And then, they need to go to the Stelly Court where the fairies are and all, and Jace wants to go. And Magnus is like, well, I'll do a trade. And Alex is like, oh, I'll say. Like, he doesn't even think about it. And Jason's like, oh, you sure? And he's like, oh, don't worry about me. You are more, charming, and the fairies like charm. You go ahead. I just thought that was a really funny part. They were in the Stelly Court. The queen says Clary and Jace have powers. And then they get trapped in this telecourt, and they can only leave when Clary gets the kiss that she desires the most, and of course that is Jace. And I don't know, during that part I was kind of torn. I was like, oh man, I really want them to kiss, but oh god, they're brother and sister now. And Simon's there watching this passionate kiss happen, and then Simon runs away. And back at the institution, there's Clary and Jace. They're kind of talking about their kiss that happened in the Stelly Court, and he's all like, I wouldn't mind being more. We can keep it a secret. And she's like, well, that's kind of disgusting. And he's like, oh, okay, I won't touch you ever again. And I'm just like, Clary, why did you say that? And then later that night, Raphael shows up with this dead person in his arm, and it's freaking Simon. The only way to bring him back to life is to bury him so he becomes a vampire. And during that part, I was like, wait, what just happened? Later, Maya gets attacked by a demon and is taken back to Luke's house to heal. So they think that he's after Maya. And then Luke goes out to move his car, and then he gets attacked by demons too. And it's like, guys, you should have known. Claire had that dream where she has like a rune on her arm now where it like is protection, so she like shows it, and all the demons are like, oh my god, and they like run off. So that was pretty cool. I was like, yeah, I would have that on me all the time. She can draw ruins, and the angels are only supposed to be doing that. So she finds out that that is her ability that the Fairy Queen was talking about. She realizes that she can draw ruins. Jace asks her to draw a fearless rune, which does not exist. So she creates the fearless rune and puts it on Alex. He's all like, "Mom and Dad, I have something to tell you. I am seeing someone." And they all like look at each other like, what the heck? He's about to come out that he's gay to his parents. It was just so funny, and just all like, well, it worked. Later that night, Jace goes to see Valentine. While Jace is there, Argamon shows up and shows Jace Clary dying, which is apparently Jace's ultimate fear. But he lives, and Valentine is very surprised at this. He's very like, wow, you survived the fear demon. Not a lot of people do that. That's usually how I kill people. And then he comes back, Inquisitor and all those people show up at the house, and she's like, yeah, I was spying on you. And I saw you with the Valentine, you cannot be trusted. So yeah, I'm just like, go away. Luke's all bold and he's like, okay, is this about your son? And she's all like, don't you dare mention him. So it's kind of like, something's going on there. And we find out later in the book that he died fighting for Valentine, and so she wants to take revenge against Valentine by doing the same thing to him, taking away his son. But look, Valentine does not work that way. And freaking Jace tries to tell her that, and then Maya runs out of Luke's house and gets caught by Argamon showing her her ex-boyfriend, I believe, who turned her into a werewolf to begin with. So then Valentine shows up. He takes her and you're like, no, she's the werewolf. He's gonna take her blood. Then Simon gets taken because now he's a vampire and he needs vampire blood. So he takes Simon, and it's just like, heck no, okay? Simon already died once. He doesn't need to die again. And then Valentine does kill Simon, by like freaking slitting his throat. I'm like, oh, it's the second time Simon has died. Poor Simon. Everything happens to Simon. And then Luke, Jason, Clary, and Magnus go to Valentine's boat to kind of like get Maya and Simon back and just kind of try to resolve all this crap with Valentine. And Inquisitor finally realizes that, hey, I was totally wrong, and Valentine is definitely not bargain. He's not gonna bargain. He doesn't care about anyone, not even his son. He doesn't care. So she realizes it and gets all the conclave together, and they head to the boat also that Valentine has. Then Clary gets taken by one of the demons and is taken to Valentine, and then Jace and Luke jump into the water after her to go and save things. Things just start like blowing up. All these demons start attacking them, and then Luke's leg gets broken. And I was like, holy crap, who else is gonna die? And all the conclave shows up, including Isabel and Alec, and they start fighting. And then the Inquisitor like takes Jace to the side, and she's like, I need to talk to you. I realized that I was wrong and all that stuff. And he's like, oh, why are you talking to me? There's like a war going on. We need to get out there and fight. And then she's like, jabs a finger into his shoulder, and she's like, where did you get that? And she was pointing at a scar or something like that, and she's all like, it can't be, you can't be. Like, all those years when you were growing up, you truly thought you were Michael Whalen's son. And it's like, duh, that's what he's been trying to tell you the whole time. But it's like, obviously he's something. Maybe it's like what Clary's mom did to her, like putting blocks in his mind, maybe some type of ruin on him, block out his memory or something like that. I don't know. But I'm kind of like, what the heck? What the heck is Jace? Jace gets attacked by a demon, and the Inquisitor jumps in front of him and dies for him, which I was like, okay, you get some points there. After the Inquisitor dies, Jace falls through the deck of the ship, and he comes face to face with Argamon. He has the Fearless Rune on him because Clary drew it on him right before they went on to Valentine's boat. And he actually kills him, and he finds Simon. And actually Simon is alive, and how you can bring back a vampire is to give them blood to like kind of rejuvenate their system and all that. So Jace actually gives Simon his blood. So we save Simon, and they find Clary and Valentine, and all this crap goes down, and he's like, and Valentine tries to get Jace to kill Simon again. Poor friggin' Simon. And Jace throws Clary her lost Stelly, and she draws the open rune, which she used back in the Silent City to free Jace. And the open rune totally destroys the ship. Valentine supposedly went down with the ship. They don't think he's dead, but no one has seen anything from him, and everyone is safe, and they're all on the boat going back to shore when the sun starts to come up, and they have Simon with them, and he's a vampire. And I'm like, here we go again. Here goes Simon dying once again. Man, I was just like, this is it, man. How many times can they kill Simon off? Something happens and he doesn't burn up in the sun, and I have a feeling it's because of Jace's blood. I think there's something even more to Jace than just being able to jump like 50 feet in the air and being a really good fighter. So now Simon can go out in the sun whenever he wants, which is really cool. I'm so glad he didn't freaking die. Again. And Clary goes out to lunch with Jace because Clary wants to confess that she does want to be something more. Then Jace is all like, wait, let me go first. I realize that you just want to be brother and sister, and I'm willing to back off. I'm willing just to, stop feeling those feelings for you, and we can just be brother and sister now. Isn't that what you want? And she's like, oh, no, but she says out loud, yeah, that is what I wanted. And so freaking Jace backs off, and I'm just like, Jace, you messed it up. She was gonna confess her love for you. And Simon breaks up with Clary. They're still gonna be friends or whatever, but he's like kind of looking towards Maya or whatever, which is cool, vampire and werewolves, coming together. And on Claire's way to the hospital after visiting with Jace and all that stuff, she runs into Clary's mother's friend, Madeline, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. And Madeline tells her that her mother took something before Valentine took her that will put her into a coma pretty much, so Valentine wouldn't get anything out of her, and Madeline's the only one who knows how to reverse that, and that's exactly where the book ends. But leave a comment below on what you thought of this book. Since this video is for people who have read the book, feel free to leave your thoughts on certain spoilers down below so we can really have a discussion. 5 out of 5 stars for this book. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!